Hey, it's Dave from Dave's Hunting, Shooting, and Bushcraft at Dave's HSB. Hey, today we're going to be doing some work preparing for deer hunting season next year and turkey season in a couple weeks. We're going to fix two blinds. I have two ground blinds that are destroyed, and we're going to take down a ladder stand. So stick around and see how it all goes. Always adventure. Dave out. Hey, it's Dave and Lillie, and hey, we're going to get ready to do a couple chores out here. It is like super muddy. I'll give you a pan around of the where our camper is. You can see it's just super muddy, and what a mess. But anyways, so two things we want to get accomplished today. One, we need to get our ground blinds set for turkey season. So the two blinds we had in place, one on each food plot, were destroyed in the January snowstorm. So I have a plan. We'll see if it works. So hopefully I can just remove the tops and have the sides still stand and just use it that way. So that's one. We want to do that in each of the food plots. The second is I have two tree stands, ladder stands that I need to take down. They've both been in their spots a couple years, and it's time to take them down. We're going to go in just a second, baby. She gets anxious. We're going to take them down, and I don't know where I'm going to put them up yet, so we're just going to bring them back here and store them for a little bit, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with them. Anyway, we're going to head out. We'll take you along. We got everything loaded. You can see. So using the V4 trailer, working great. It'll help us haul everything. We got the Lillie, she's ready, and we've got mud. So we got plenty of mud to work with in case we were not wanting any. You can see on this side of the, I don't know if you can see it, but I walked in that and you sink in about, I don't know, two inches maybe. So it's a mess. Got standing water over there. It poured a lot last night. So anyways, I have some work around the compound here to do to get it all set so we don't get so much mud, but we'll work on that. All right, we're gonna head out. Here's the roof panel, and it pushed in, collapsing these two sides, this front and this side. My hope is to get these two sides back up, remove this roof panel where it's already ripped, or just secure it the best I can. And have to be removed, but get it to a point where this is a usable blind.
I'm going to save you from having to sit and watch my learning curve here and go through the key elements you need to know on how to fix your blind and what I learned through this process. So some key things to do if you've got a hub system like this is, where the panels pop out, and they call them different things, but the one I looked at referred to it as a spider hub. When you start looking at your poles, first you got to determine how many are broken and such. My suggestion would be to try to replace the pole in without removing the entire hub. So it all depends upon, are you going to use or reuse poles that you've got, or are you buying poles as a replacement? And how many do you have to replace? But if it's like two poles, I think you can still leave the hub in place and just replace those two poles. I think if it's more than two, you might as well just remove the whole hub, work on that side, and get that whole side done. So here's the process that I learned that kind of works best. And when I did the second side, it went really quick. So one, yeah, try to keep the hub in place. Two, you got to remove at least one corner ground stake. So try to make sure that you can move the ground a little bit. Don't remove both corners, because then you're just going to collapse that whole side. You don't need to do that. Remove the back of the hub. Well, we're going to transition right into how I explain, give you a close-up on how to do that. It is pretty simple. Once you got the back removed, you can take the two washers off, or a cover and a washer off. Then you can remove the pole. Remove the bad pole. You have to In order to remove poles, you gotta collapse everything back to you. So if the bad pole isn't broken all the way, I would suggest, since you're replacing it, go ahead and finish the break and get it so it's a smaller piece and you can easily remove it. Once the bad pole's removed, you just put the good one in. You're going to have to put it in again straight as if the hub has been collapsed, and then you're going to have to expand it out. So that's the challenge. Once you've got the new pole in place and it's set, go ahead and put the back cover on and make sure you tighten it down. Check your panel to make sure everything's straight. And hey, pop it out and you're good to go. On the back panel, it probably took me about 5 minutes, maybe 10 to do it at the most. The learning curve, the initial one, it took me an hour to figure out the logistics of it all. If you do not have your own poles to replace, you can go to Ameristeps, and I'll put a link in the description. You can go to their website, and they have parts for replacing the broken poles. If their poles get broken on their, it's $20.99 for a spider hub.
So we were out there working on the ground blind. I don't think I did a very good job of showing, well, I know I did, because you couldn't see the situation, but I think it's important because if you have one of these ground blinds with the pop out sides and the roof, they're pretty much all built the same. So let me show you how this is done. It's really kind of clever. Let's take a look at it. So he has this nut on the back, and that's the one I was removing. You have to hold the eye bolt when you're doing it. And the eye bolt, the way this sits, if it's expanded, it's going to be like this, and it's going to be out all the way, and the eye bolt is outside of outside of it, sits outside of it. You won't be able to see the eye bolt from inside. So if that makes sense. The exterior wall sits right here, covers all this. So this is what you see on the inside. So the way it works, everything folds in, so you see the legs fold in on this, and then all you have to do is take this back off. Once the back is off, it's just a nut and a washer on this eye bolt. Then you got a heavy duty washer, steel, and then this plastic washer that clips onto each of those. Now you can push out. If you push it together, you push one of these out and replace it if you wanted to. And like on mine, I took it off, but it had like a little piece of cloth, on the end, so you could grab it to pull it out and pop it out. But that's how they work. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. I'm gonna save this in case I need it for something else. Like my wife says I'm a hoarder, which I guess is true. I do save too many things. But anyway, I'll make sure you can see that. We got her whipped. So I put a new post in this one. Take the back off. I have to tighten this down again. Take the back off, and I was able to slide one out, broken out, and put a new one in. The new one came from the roof, and I was able to fix this one by putting the ones from the roof into this one as well. So this one had two broken pieces. This and this were both broken on it, and it wasn't holding anything. So now we have, because the roof's gone, we got the sides tied down to trees, so that's holding it, and it looks like we're good. Took me quite a while to figure out the engineering of how this all works, but anyway, so we got a pretty good view to the food plot from here. Alright, so this is the other blind. And it's out by the food plot in the pinelands. See out here, a lot of turkeys walk through here, so this should be a good spot this year. But here I think it's just the roof, and unlike the other one, it has 4 walls supported. So I'm just going to remove the poles, the tent or the blind poles from, or I might just prop it up and see what it does. I mean, it just will flap. This might be real easy. Oh, goodness gracious. Whew. Alright, that was a challenge. So you can see the roof's just tore up. So, pinch myself too. But this will do. This will be fine. Right, so that's that one. So that's both blinds, I think, are set now for turkey season. So yay that. So, all right, here we are at the ladder stand. Trying to get you guys straight. Not much avail. Not much avail. So got Lillie with me, and so yeah, it's been out here at least 2 years. It's time to move it. Get rid of that blind material up there, so it keeps your legs hidden. So I'll drop that first, then unhook the straps, and then come down and unhook the bottom, and then we'll try to lay it down. Go up there and do it real quick. Come on. All right, that's that. I'm gonna go right there. Watch out, Lillie. Pay attention, girl. No, don't go there. No, Lillie. Don't go there. Get off the tree.
You just heard me make that noise, that grunt. So that's when it happened. I thought I pulled a muscle in my chest, but nope, that's not what it was. I suffered through a little bit that afternoon, had another painful episode with it that evening. I'll let my wife know that I was having some issues with what I thought was a chest strain in my sternum. And then I went home the next day, had a couple more issues with it, and then that led into Thursday. Thursday morning I woke up and I couldn't overcome the issue, and the pain was too great, and my wife convinced me to go to the hospital, and sure enough, I had a heart attack. They found that the valve or the artery in the back of my heart was 100% blocked, and I also had a blood clot. They put 2 stents in and removed the stuff blocking it, removed the clot, and cleared it up. So the prognosis is Dave's got to sit on the sideline a little bit, not strain myself for the next few weeks, and get used to the medicines that I'm on. And hopefully the thought is that the damage to the heart muscle will recover. So that's what the idea is. So I'm going to pop over right now to this part of the video where it ends with me hauling the stuff back in. Really just want to let you know that my regular schedule may be interrupted a little bit over the next few weeks. I hope not, but it may be. So anyway, that's just the way life is. It hands you challenges, and you gotta face it. I feel lucky to be here. I thank my wife for convincing me to go to the doctor. The doctor said if I had waited a few more hours, I probably wouldn't have been around. So when you have a blockage, I guess it is pretty serious. All right, we're going to switch over to the end part of this video.
All right, so we got it all loaded up. Everything's ready. Take it back. Blinds are done. Looks much better. So, hey, we're gonna probably end it here. So, the second stand, I'm gonna leave up because I forgot. I put one of those hemp ropes purposely near that stand. So for archery season, so I'm gonna leave it there and see, you know, if I get anything off of it. So I'm not moving that one. So we'll leave that there. I forgot I had a hemp rope there. This one I had nothing by, and eventually I think I'll probably clear back out into there for expanding the food plot. So it was time for this one to come down, and we got it down, and we got both blinds fixed. So there you go. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Like I always say, make kindness your business. Do something kind for somebody. Just takes a minute of your effort. It does take your effort. But once you do it, one, that person's forever affected. And two, you have now shared a little kindness. And then it can grow from there. A little bit each day, maybe a little bit each week. I don't know. Whatever you can do, I encourage you to try it. Make kindness your business and try to do the best you can with it. For Dave and Lily, we're going to say out.